Yeah, he count money. He busy right now.
Big movie.
They got me in already tonight.
St. Louis was popping. Blood, a whole lot of gangster shit.
I need some bookies on there.
Hey.
They got the Bockley big bookies. We up in here, no?
Yeah, that way.
Yeah, Fruit Town, Athens, you know what I'm saying? Avenue Piru, all that. You know, we in the big show. Yeah.
Twin now. It is you.
Another one.
Look at fat ass the Noster trying to act like he don't want to be
sad? Oh, you record me? Oh, it's the one and only. They can't clone me, baby. And this fella.
Yeah, that way, baby.
We know who you are, bro.
What's up, baby? My nigga, straight from the Richmond, VA, nigga, real gangster. Hey, JC. He my boy, that's my brother. He keep my shit right.
ChrisBrown became a blood after fame, the real story, behind Breezy's Peru. Ties beat 1, cold open Tappahannock, Virginia. Not Compton, not Fruit Town, not any Peru block on any Los Angeles map. A kid who wins a summer camp talent show doing Cisco. Demo tapes in New York. Jive Records. Run, it goes #1 and a teenager becomes a multi-millionaire before he can rent a car in his own name. Clean image, brand safe, the whole world at his feet. Michael Jackson energy in a generation that still believed the clean-cut version of a black superstar could last forever. Then the reverse happens. Most men born into the red spend their whole life trying to run from it. ChrisBrown ran to it. After the money, after the fame, after the image was already built and then already broken. By the early 2000s teens, he is in all red, throwing up Fruit Town Piru, saying Virginia raised him, but the Pirus is what he stands on. A Southern R&B millionaire flagging a Compton blood set the streets say, you are supposed to exit, not enter. This season is the case file on that reverse path. Episode 1 is not the stamp war. Episode 1 is the origin. How Breezy went from Tappahannock to Fruit Town after the checks were already clearing. If you new to the vault, subscribe right now. Drop in the comments whether you think a man can join the set after he already got rich, or whether the streets is something that only counts if it raised you first. We, the mob, reading everyone. Beat 2. The Virginia fact that breaks the story open. Start with the geography, because the geography is the whole mystery. ChrisBrown is not from Los Angeles, not from Compton, not from any Peru neighborhood. He is Tappahannock, small town Virginia, church, talent shows, dance, a natural performer who gets discovered as a teenager, shops demos, lands a major deal next to the biggest pop machines of that era. First major single runs the charts, hit after hit, collabs, endorsements. He is not a street product, he is a stage product. That matters because every honest blood conversation starts with birthplace and childhood. Game comes from that. Kendrick comes from that. Wack 100 comes from that. When Wack sits down years later and draws the line, he says it plain. Game come from that. Kendrick come from that. ChrisBrown does not. ChrisBrown broke into it, so when the world later sees him in red rags, Fruit Town on the tongue, homies in the house, homies on the set, the question is not disrespectful, it is structural. How does a Virginia millionaire with no Compton childhood end up rooted in one of the most talked about Piru sets on the West Coast? The answer is not one night. The answer is a chain. Image break, industry friendships, Black Wall Street gravity, names like Parlay and Wackstar in the pipeline, and a man who, for reasons only he can fully answer, chose the door most people spend their life trying to close.
On any female.
Fruit Town Piru is in the mouth. Hand signs in clubs. Spin magazine catching blood signs in the Drake Brawl era. TMZ running club footage like it is a scandal. Hawaii vacation energy and Fruit Town painted on a wall like the set travels with the passport. I have watched southern cities run this exact turn. When the clean world rejects a man, the block world will still take him if he brings money, light, and loyalty. That is not always love. That is not always a trap. Sometimes it is both in the same handshake. Here's where the origin gets names, not just vibes. Online and street side accounts put a rapper named Parlay, Parlay Star, in the early LA orbit. Pueblo Bishop blood energy in the rumors. The claim is that when Chris first got deep in Los Angeles, Parlay took him under a wing, stood on business and industry friction.
And it all came from really being with Chuck, being in the studio. We've been in a few events with Chris, we've been in the club with Chris. And it just led to, you know, me and Chris with a different relationship. We'll be at different video shoots and we interacting and then studio sessions. Then at one point it was coming up, it was my birthday. Chris like, come on man, you know, just we're going to France. I just came back from France about 3 weeks ago we came. So I'm like, I just came, come on, we going. So we went for my birthday and then we was chilling. We just been going since there, man. That's my bro.
So you tour around with him?
Yeah. And being on tour with him, it's a whole nother thing. Cause you know, I'm used to rap tours. I've been on tours with Game, we done been with Snoop Dogg, all right, just everybody. Being on tour, this the first fool. So I'll tell you one story, like, first show I get there, he like, you gonna see it's a whole different game. I'm like, man, I done seen different shows. I'm walking out to the crowd as the show about to start. Like, man, what the hell is this? I see 4 ambulances. What do you need all these ambulances for? There ain't gonna be no fights, it's an R&B concert. He like, you'll see. The lights go off, everybody's screaming. He has this part of the set where he pops up. He just appears out of nowhere. They start dropping like flies. I mean, they're carrying girls out from ages 13 to damn 41. Just the ambulance carrying them out back and forth, just truck after truck, pulling them out. It's incredible, bro. I love it. When I'm going on tour with him, you learn a lot, even more. I'm blood this, I'm blood daddy. Oh, because Beyonce was doing his, you know, she was doing his dance, man, and the world needs a ChrisBrown and Beyonce song, man. Don't you think that?
I agree, and I agree with the statement. But then I agree, and I agree with the statement. But then what got people's, you know, surprise was he said on Piru.
Oh man, I don't. You gotta ask Chris, and nobody ever know what that meant for Chris. You feel what I'm saying? And I don't think he mean nothing like, you know, Chris from your own man, like. Chris ain't no bad-hearted dude, so I think he really...
Including noise around an old Raz beef lane. By 2011, people on the timeline are already saying Chris owes his life to Parlay, and that protection money is part of the story. True or inflated, the rumor itself tells you how the culture read the relationship. Not random, transactional, and tribal at the same time. Wack 100 later puts another name on the record, Wackstar, little guy. Same pipeline energy that touches Soulja Boy and even floats near Kyrie circles in Wack's telling. Wackstar's people connect back to Big Duck, an older homie Wack frames as solid to the Piru side. That is the mechanism. Not a movie jump in on camera. A chain of relationships that can walk a famous outsider into a set's gravity. Then Black Wall Street.
If you like her picture, if you go out on a date with her, if you follow on Instagram, you're liable to get threatened to get clapped. That's what he does. He's on Instagram. If you do something that he doesn't like, he might tell you he'll get you killed. Listen, he's an R&B goon. Now, the funny part about that is that TheGame, he actually liked Karrueche's picture. And by the way, her real name's Karrueche. He liked her picture. He followed her on Instagram, which should set Breezy off. Breezy threatened 2 other dudes, Marcus Houston and another guy named Tyson Beckford, basically told both of them that, yo, I'm about to get y'all clapped for really fucking with my concubine. But when TheGame did it, he was kind of all giggles, right? Now, he commented when that happened. He said, someone must have something they need to promote. It's sad. People need gimmicks to maintain fame. All pub is good pub, I guess. Now, TheGame continued because apparently TheGame might have not had problems with Breezy himself, but he had problem with another guy who Breezy's actually cool with. If you guys don't know, there was another individual in previous stories named Wackstar. He's down with Chris's camp. Anytime something happened with Chris Brown's girl, he gets involved. He posts a bunch of guns. He puts up a bunch of threads. Listen, as I said, these are gangsters. They act on social media. Social media is the new streets, okay? So TheGame started going at that guy for no reason, or maybe they had a reason and you guys could figure it out in the end, but it's a lot of back and forth shit. Pretty much TheGame kind of kicked it off by saying, keep throwing subliminals, nigga. We both know when it's me versus you who gonna come out on top, punk. I still owe you one for that shit you pulled. We both know your time coming, blood. Okay, obviously, if you guys don't know, they gotta call each other blood because even though they're on the internet, okay, they still gotta keep it straight, okay? Now, he also said, now, gon' call who you gon' call, who you gon' tell. What the fuck? Anyway, he said, that ain't gonna stop me from knocking your ass out when I see you. Hashtag you know me. And that was posted under a video of Breezy kind of singing and dancing. Now, the whole thing kind of continued. The guy Wackstar, he kind of clapped back. He said, listen, the problem is your last album flopped, which was a compilation album. It did 33,000. That's why you're looking for attention. And obviously, the game, he was mad and he really didn't give a fuck. So he said this. He said, it was a compilation album, blah, blah, blah. He said, listen, only reason you know ChrisBrown is because I put your scary ass in position, but we both know you gon' run when I see you or call your daddy and tell him game on your ass, 40 years old, pretend to be 17, dressing like a skater, and pretending scared to go to the county cause the Mexicans gon' get yo little punk ass. When I see you, I'm gonna break your fucking jaw, so have your gun on you, pussy, showing out for IG. We gon' see Drizzy voice. Okay, so as I said, basically this is what you would normally see in the streets, except it's a bunch of Negroes and obviously showcasing for Instagram and for followers. That's the new move. Okay, now, by the way, this is getting boring, so I'm gonna try to get to the relevant parts. So basically, him and this other guy got beef, right? Now, the guy made some allegations and he made some allegations. I don't know if we should even investigate, okay? The game also accused the guy of getting ChrisBrown's house robbed, right? So the game commented, he said, listen, me and you, leave everybody else out and I'll beat you till you throw up Chris's dick, you little bitch. Breaking in the nigga Chris house and he still keep you around, use a hoe and everybody know it. Hiding behind your daddy, faggot, okay? Wackstar responded to the game. He said, when your ass got knocked out at the mall, I was the only one who had your back. I even helped you buy makeup to cover that black eye. Hashtag never forget. That's the whole thing with Rosemo or Roscoe or something like that. You think cause you rap about being gangster, you are a nigga, please. You done fucked up and started to believe yourself. I know the real you. You wouldn't hurt a fucking fly, okay? The most explosive Twitter finger shit really was when the game kind of brought Soulja Boy into it. Now, I will tell you this, man, for all these guys that claim to be gangster, anytime you hear two gangsters beefing or arguing, you always hear allegations of somebody getting fucked in the ass. I don't know why. Maybe it's a gangster thing, and we heard even Ray J talk about booty goons, but somebody always getting fucked in the ass. Now, the game said this. The game said, nigga, you going to find shit on the internet ain't gonna stop this ass whipping you got coming. That pic from marrying the game from when I was in France and niggas was throwing bottles? You reaching, pussy. You a broke ChrisBrown backup singer who used to get fucked in the ass by Soulja Boy. Now you over there watching Chris's sweaty nuts after performances, okay? You a buster, the whole Compton know it. Your own mama fight for you cause you ain't got no hands and you scared of the essays in Compton. You cried when we got locked up and New Jersey Devil took the gun jars cause you was crying. You a bitch nigga, and bottom line is when I see you, I'm whipping your motherfucking ass. And these IG people know your daddy or mama going, listen, alright, fuck all that shit. Listen, pretty much two grown ass men, okay? They got beef. Real beef, okay? They're on Instagram, threatening each other like a motherfucker. They do it a whole bunch. They do it with fans watching, and they do it.
The game's world. Late 2000s, Chris is already around that orbit hard enough that Compton Menace, Fruit Town Piru with real Compton roots, ends up in the G Stuff video lane with him. Menace later says Chris was close with his homeboys, got pulled to the studio, cut records, then got brought to the hood for the visual. Not a tourist photo. Low riders, cameras. Hood first, then over the way toward Main Street energy. Menace says people walked up so locked on the streetcar that they did not even clock ChrisBrown in the passenger seat. That is the tell. The hood was not starring the celebrity. The celebrity was trying to disappear into the hood's weather. Subscribe in the middle if you locked. Comment whether you hear that as brotherhood or as a famous man buying proximity. I want the honest ballot, not the fan edit. ChrisBrown does not leave this as pure rumor. On record and in the music, he draws the split line himself. Virginia raised him. The Pyrus is what he reps. That is the confession and the defense in one sentence. He is not pretending he was born on the block. He is claiming adoption. Chosen said, rooted after the fact. The lyrics keep the receipt warm. Streets language, West Side, Piru hand talk. The public version of Breezy stops being only dance breaks and starts carrying set vocabulary into rooms that used to sell him as harmless. Homies at the house, homies on movie sets. A whole line of bloods walking through catering like the tour bus has a second government on it. Compton Menace, when pressed on credentials, does not do the internet dogpile. He calls Chris friend, extended family. He also says he did not put him on and did not check his paperwork. Each his own. That is an insider's shrug, not a stamp and not a denial. The men around him will ride, do business, take the light, and still refuse to narrate the initiation like a press release. So episode 1 has to hold two truths. Chris claimed it out loud for years, and the people from the actual dirt often describe the bond as association, family energy, business, endurance, not a childhood roll call. If the flag was only fashion, the opposing side did not get the memo. 2013, TMZ catches Crips pressing him leaving a club.
People who are making music outside of the church scenario and kind of get into what was really going on in LA.
I had to be like 14, 15. Yeah. Like, cause once I did the Rise movie, you feel me, the Stump the Yard and all of that.
Right.
Once I did that shit, it was like, all right, I get the link with Big Fly. You feel me? I'm with Tony Rich. You feel me? David LaChapelle. I'm with all these big, and I'm young. I'm young as hell. You feel me? And then, you know, I meet ChrisBrown. You feel me? Chris play a big role in my career too as well. But just meeting all these guys and, you know, the dancing taking off and you do the dancing and then, you know, I'm with Chris like basically every day. You get what I'm saying?
And was this before he was mega successful or?
I'm in Chris Brown first 3 videos. Like,
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
But was it obvious even back then that he was gonna be this huge phenomenon?
We knew it. I told him. I mean, look, all right, so how should I say this? Because I want to word myself right. But Tina Davis, she did not want me around ChrisBrown.
Really?
Yeah, because they felt like, all right, he bad as shit. He claiming this hood. He woo. He's gonna gangbang.
Even from super early on.
Man, they wanted to make it like I was trying to make him a gangbanger, which I could have got ChrisBrown put on the hood. Like, don't get it twisted. Cause I knew he was with it and like we was together so much. You feel me? But I was telling them like, look, I'm telling them don't gangbang. I'm telling them like don't woo like. And then when he turned blood, I was like, all right, cool. Damn, nigga, I could have had ChrisBrown from the set on hood.
Yo, seeing Crip Mac and ChrisBrown throwing up the same shit, and they probably would have done a video together. Oh man, that would have been a wild alternate reality.
For sure. But it just because like that's why I always say like this shit ain't no shit to glorify because my big brother, like he a fucking legend out here. Him and 4 extras from the same area. Shout out extras, man. I'm very happy that you even gave the bro that opportunity.
Thank you.
Because you know, getting out of where he come from and like getting out of the jail and all of that type of shit, you just never know what kind of, you know, lifestyle a nigga could be living in.
Bulletproof talk, live tension, not a music blog debate, a parking lot where colors still mean something. Then the shooting chapters stack around his orbit, San Jose concert energy with bodies hit, a pre-VMA party where the night turns into gunfire and even Suge Knight catches one while a young model gets hit too. You do not need ChrisBrown to pull a trigger for the gravity to get people hurt. You only need the wrong rooms to decide his name is a magnet. That is the part soft documentaries skip. Whether you call him Real Piru or Industry Piru, the Heat treated the affiliation like it was real enough to answer. Same lesson season 19 ran on Wayne. The dead end does not fact-check your childhood before it loads. And on his own side of the ledger, he puts money into the map, 1,000 pairs of sneakers for Compton kids, Then the big U developing options moment where the donation gets doubled on camera and the speech is about stop spending 80 racks in the club if you will not feed the neighborhood. That clip is complicated. Charity and optics and street politics in one frame. It can read as love for the city. It can read as paying rent on the image. Episode 1 files both readings without picking your pocket. Now put the cleanest thesis on the table because it becomes Episode 2's engine. Wack 100 on camera. Years ago, he would not acknowledge ChrisBrown as Piru. Full stop. Not Fruit Town. Not blood. A multi-millionaire adult from Virginia does not get a free stamp from a man who actually comes from that life. Wack says the quiet part. People from that world run from it. Chris ran to it. CB broke into what they were trying to break out of. Then the clock. About 10 years of standing on it. Homies with him. Homies at the house. Moving with them. Functioning with them. Not retreating when the easy move is retreat. Wack says by now he is not playing with it. He has not violated the set in any way Wack knows. Fruit Town is embracing him in Wack's read. So today Wack acknowledges him as Fruit Town Piru. Hear what that is and is not. It is not Wack saying Chris was born into it. It is not Wack saying he is Game or Kendrick. It is a delayed respect based on endurance. 10 years of not folding. That delay is the whole credibility war Episode 2 has to try. If the stamp takes a decade, the first 9 years were an argument. Wack even leaves the deepest question open. What does that mean to a multi-millionaire adult? Maybe love for the homies. Maybe love for the life. Maybe a mentality. That answer is ChrisBrown's to give. This file only proves the path was reverse, public, and expensive. Run it back clean. No cosign, no hit piece. CB broke into it. I am from Nashville, TN. I done seen both men. The one who would die to leave the set he was born into, and the one who had every chance to stay soft and famous and still walk toward the red like it was home he never had. I do not think that always makes you fake. I think it makes you hungry for a tribe that does not flinch when the public does, but hunger is not the same as childhood. And a 10-year wait for a stamp is not the same as a free pass. ChrisBrown got the fame first, the stain second, the set third. Episode 2 is the invoice. Wack's delay. The block saying pay us. Charlemagne calling it extortion. Crips at the club door. And the industry night Cameron heard that takeoff bar and went, big blood, like the whole debate just got a new chorus. WeTheMob, subscribe if you rode the full origin file. Like it so a twin who only knows the dance breaks learns the reverse path, the Parlay whispers, and the 10-year clock under the red. Comment the piece that sat on you. Virginia, 2009. The lowrider where nobody noticed Breezy. Or Wack saying he ran to what they run from. Episode 2 is the credibility war.